Kind of scary.
Man, and then when people you thought that maybe will have his back, it's like everybody said guilty. Crazy.
Yeah. And it didn't take them long. They ain't playing fair.
Yeah, definitely. But you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Old God and SamAnt. This is episode 277 of the podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, hit that 5-star rating and do not forget to subscribe to the podcast. You can get all future episodes. Now, Matthew Knowles, SamAnt, was on Vlad TV once again, and he dropped a bombshell about Jagged Edge and Beyonce and Destiny's Child.
Yeah, Matthew Knowles, father of Beyonce, and what's Beyonce's sister's name?
Solange.
Yeah, Solange Knowles. I'm sorry about that. Solange, beautiful Solange. He was the manager, obviously, of Destiny's Child, and he managed a couple other people. They were on tour with Jagged Edge. They were on the same bus, and here's what he said. He admitted that it was a poor decision he made when he put both groups on the bus. He quoted, "Now remember, these girls are minors. They are 16 years old. These guys are 21, 22 years old. I got a call from Kelly and Beyonce, and I talked about it in the book in detail, saying that they were constantly being harassed by two other members of Jagged Edge. I couldn't have that. I kicked them men off the bus at the next tour stop." Now, Jagged Edge obviously had the twins, Brian and Brandon Casey, Richard Wingo, and crazy-ass Kyle Norman. But Matthew did not name any of the culprits. Now, Beyonce, Kelly, nor Jagged Edge have had anything to say in regards to these allegations. Oh, God, like he said, 21 to 22-year-old males trying to get at 16-year-old females on a tour bus. What do you think about that?
R. Kelly type stuff there or something. But
the 90s.
Yeah, that's I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by hearing this. Obviously, it's something that was made by him. It's alleged from our stand. We weren't there, but this is something that Matthew Knowles put on the record on Vlad TV. And he said it for a reason, but I'm not surprised by that. I mean, we all grew up and I went to high school and we seen the chick, that, she was walking around or whatever. And, you was cool with her in school. But when she left, her boyfriend was 35 years old or 24, at least 24, 25 years old. And these girls was dealing with him like, and they ain't really want to deal with nobody, that age. So I'm not saying that is right. I'm saying that I'm not surprised by this. And I think a lot of that goes on, in the music industry, male, female, all that type crazy stuff goes on in the music industry.
Yeah, man. I remember in high school, in our senior prom, homegirl, 17, she pulled up with a yellow BMW. Dude was 35, 36 years old. Crazy. Real talk. I'm like, oh, this is wild. But it happened. I'm not, I don't condone it. I'm not going to sit back and say that Jagged Edge needs to be canceled at this point or anything like that. It was something that happened. 21, 22 is still very young, very dumb. We were talking about if we had money or the resources that a lot of these young, successful kids have today, the damage we would have done.
But not no shit like that, though.
Never.
It's great. Allegedly, if they did that, because, to their credit, they haven't spoke out. And I don't expect to hear them probably, they should. Somebody should make a statement. Somebody says something like that about you. But, yeah, that's crazy. Like, to be I don't know, man. Like 22 though. Once you get over like into that, I can see if you in high school, it could be like, it's like 14 to 18. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you might see a junior with a sophomore, or junior, sometimes even with a freshman. I know I went to fuck a couple juniors. In fact, you know what I mean? And seniors and shit. But once you get in your 20s and shit, you trying to go down and fuck with high school, I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm in 21, 22. I'm invading the clubs. And I'm just
it's
I'm
a little
club rat. At 16, 17, I was looking to be victimized by an older woman. I'm like, look, who's taking applications for the young boys? I'm signing up. Never had any kind of luck like that. But I was never one of them older kids looking for younger. I was always looking for the older ones.
Well, apparently, according to Matthew Knowles, Jagged Edge was, and that story's out there now circulating. And
selling a book.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Jagged Edge would definitely speak out. Now let's just say hypothetically, what do you think that Jagged Edge should do? Do you think they should leave some type of statement and say that it's true, or you think silence is the best policy here?
Silence is the best policy. I mean, no disrespect to Jagged Edge. I'm sure they're out touring right now and doing their thing, but no one's really checking for Jagged Edge. For them to go, no disrespect. That's one of my favorite groups of all time. Like I said, I'm sure they're touring and making good money right now. But what you making a statement for? Fuck it. Leave it alone.
They gotta say something, man. That's
no,
crazy.
They don't. Beyonce is a grown woman. Kelly's grown. If they ain't out here create no allegations or no trying to me too them niggas, leave it alone.
You don't think that's a little disturbing though? that, I mean, obviously I know you think it's disturbing that they it's alleged that they did this, but somebody got to say something about it. Matthew, I don't expect them to.
I mean, okay, so look, Matthew knows, and I think the interview went on. I didn't really get all the context, so I'm not sure. But Matthew is Beyonce's father. I'm sure he looked at those young ladies like daughters at that time.
Hell yeah.
You allowed it. You put them grown ass niggas on the bus with them for the love of money. Oh, so I mean, that's on your watch. You gotta kind of take some responsibility, and he did to all. And thank God nothing happened to where it got to a level to where Jagged Edge had to sit back and account for a mistake that they made. All it was some hitting on and some running their mouth and drinking and all that nonsense was going on. And
yeah,
them young girls had no business on them bus with them grown men. Doesn't justify anything they did. But if it would have stopped right there, we would have never been talking about this.
Yeah.
And a grown man should have knew better than that. And he realized it. And like I said, thank God nothing went any further.
Why do you think people come out and say stuff like this? Obviously, he's trying to sell a book, you said, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think hey, we talking about it. As soon as we said, whoa.
Yeah.
It got me ready to read the book a little bit. So it's great selling points, man. And you got to assume some responsibility if you wait this long and you go this silent.
Right.
And it has to be questioned on how much you cared. If you wait all this long just to sell a book, I question your authenticity in it. I really do.
Yeah, because we used to talk about this, I mean, years ago and put that out there.
Yep.
And the fact that Beyonce and none of them ever said nothing is kind of crazy too. But I mean, I wouldn't expect her to ever talk about something like this now.
Right. I feel that way almost even toward like and no disrespect of Richard Pryor, even of Paul Mooney, because you got the Bodyguard that comes out years later selling a book. Why you ain't dead that shit years ago when you knew it was going on and took care of business then? Why wait till a book is being surfaced? And then you got Richard Pryor Jr. coming out and making his interview, and I can kind of understand him a little more being the victim in the situation, why he would wait. But it's just like, why when it seems like something is available for sale or something's available for some notoriety that we start getting all this truthful information.
Yeah.
People want to start being truthful with it. Like, yeah, when money's involved.
Yeah.
Always.
Ain't those no Valerie like that?
Who?
Valerie. Matthew Knowles. That's crazy, man.
I think.
Yeah. Dang, Valerie. Dang.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Valerie, man.
Word.
She's doing that thing over there.
Word.
Channel. I forgot the name of our channel, but shout out to Valerie.
Word.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Tune into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt, man. Beautiful, beautiful show here. I'm gonna try to get a couple of topics here for the rapid fire, SamAnt. I'll start off with this. What do you think about 50 Cent? He called Nick Cannon's diss trash today. He pretty much said, why in the hell would anyone ever want to fuck with Eminem? What's your thoughts on 50 Cent?
It's funny because, 50 Cent is Eminem's biggest cheerleader, and I've given Eminem criticism before on just being Eminem's biggest cheerleader. But in this situation, I don't understand why Nick Cannon in particular wants to keep poking at this situation when it was dead and it was over with. It's almost getting kind of corny. Mm-hmm. I think that obviously 50 Cent was going to come out and say something about it. He said it was trash. And then you see Nick Cannon throw up the Samuel L. Jackson meme toward 50, right, basically saying he was buck dancing for Eminem. So it's funny what's going on right now, man.
All right, this one here I want to ask you. Says Juice WRLD's ex-girlfriend claims he used to mix Percocets and lean daily.
Don't want to hear that right now.
That's crazy.
You shouldn't be out here talking, no disrespect, about anything about what this man was doing off of him still being warm, him not even being cold and in the ground yet. This isn't necessary. Obviously, he had some demons. He had some issues. We don't need the particulars on what he was doing. Not me, not yet anyway. Mm-hmm. I think it's too early.
Yeah. She went on to say some other things that she tried to get him some help. And she actually ended up leaving him because his withdrawal he became aggressive during his withdrawals that caused. I mean, that this is a part of the process, obviously, when you're talking about somebody who's an addict. But I don't like it, the fact that, especially now he's dead, now you're coming out and putting this out there like somebody went up there and paid you or some shit to get an interview with you because they knew you used to go out with them.
Right.
You started spilling your guts. I don't respect that, man. That's crazy. Like, that is so fucking crazy. Yeah, if I was the family, I would sue her like for defamation, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if they can because he's gone, but that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't like that. Why people, and this is the camera, people want to get in front of this and be
somebody hit her up, Shade Room or one of them spots or something, whoever, not to say that they did it, but one of those sites, what you see them in people and they trying to get the exclusives and what he used to do and whatnot. Not now. Write a book in like 10 years or something.
Yeah, you got your 3 minutes of fame and now it's gone. And for what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's all I got on that one.
All right, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, yeah, man, another show, in the books, man, episode 277. We hope that everybody enjoyed the podcast this evening. As always, we just asked you to do a couple of things, and that's to go ahead and hit that 5-star rating if you enjoyed the program. Leave a comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button.